Donald Trump's lawyer, Alina Habba, has seen the Epstein client list and said jail time is coming. Ladies and gentlemen, the time has finally arrived. You guys are not going to want to miss this.
Boy, the domino effect is real in this industry. We asked Pam Bondi 4 days ago where the Epstein list was. She said it's sitting on my desk, actually. And President Trump's going to make good on his promise to release it. Well, lo and behold, today, literally moments ago, influencers at the White House, a group that includes our executive producer ALX in it, got a binder. The Epstein Files Phase 1. The most transparent administration in American history, 45 and 47th President of the United States. Declassified, it says, by the order of Pam Bondi and Director Kash Patel. Well, there it is. The files themselves are under embargo, but various individuals, some of whom, of course, you may notice, Jeff Sobek, right, regular on our program, have gotten a binder full of them, ladies and gentlemen, and told us that they are physically in possession.
So y'all on the internet coming for Kash Patel saying he's day 5 and we haven't gotten the Epstein files. Well, I'm here outside the West Wing and look at what we got today. The Epstein files, baby. Let's make America safe again.
Okay, so it's not just influencers at the White House, actually the counselor to the president, previewing the release of the Epstein files, which at this moment have still not been released. We assume, based on what Pam Bondi said last night, it's going to be flight logs, little black book, associates, and so on with Jeffrey Epstein. Alina Habba was on Piers Morgan's show, and she said, for the first time we've ever heard anybody from the White House say this, and she's the counselor to the president, working right next to the Oval Office. Alina Habba says people are going to prison because of this release. That is horrifying, incredibly disturbing. We have the flight logs and information, and the names will all come out. Now, we've also heard from Marsha Blackburn, who's been great on this issue, that there are more releases. This is phase 1. There's going to be phase 2, 3, 4, and 5 of releases. Criminal prosecutions imminent, says Alina Habba. Absolutely expects criminal charges as a result. Well, let's go ahead and watch. Alina Habba clearly knows what's up. Here we go.
Jeffrey Epstein files, we're told, are to be imminently unleashed. And already we saw the Attorney General Pam Bondi say that the scale of what happened is far worse than anyone realized. Well over 200, maybe 250 victims, and that we're going to get information either later today or tomorrow from these files. What can you tell me about that?
I believe it will be today. I was just with, I saw Pam and Kash in the White House just before coming on your show. And I can tell you that I haven't been privy to it yet, but I know it is coming out. They will be taking portions of it. We have to be patient. And I said this last night at a dinner with some media. And I said, I think America needs to remember one thing. We are going to be promises made, promises kept. But when you're dealing with victims, and by the way, this is a perfect example of a case that was vetted, that went through trial, that had testimony, and was prosecuted the right way. I don't preemptively attack. That's just not the way I operate. But in this case, in Epstein's case, it is incredibly disturbing. We have flight logs, we have information, names that will come out.
I'm not really hearing many people say exactly what this whole Epstein Island situation is. They think it's just a bunch of celebrities going to an island to engage in some despicable acts. No. This is a blackmail organization. They have detailed logs of every single thing that happens on this island. And that is exactly why it was so ludicrous that no arrests have been made other than Ghislaine Maxwell. Because the FBI and the CIA knew full well every single person who ever visited that island, and they just refused to release it because it would be so daunting to the American public, or so they said. I don't know about you, but I don't care who's on that list. I think the American people deserve to know, because if it were you or I that were there, we would be locked away in Guantanamo without a second thought. We need to live in a society where it's equal justice under the law. If you engage in this behavior, you will be held accountable. And Piers Morgan mentions there's only 500 and something victims. I find that hard to believe, especially with the fact that there are thousands of children missing every single year. Nobody knows what happened to them. So I definitely think there are more victims in this case, and we are only scratching the surface.
Is it going to be shocking?
I don't see how it's not shocking that there were so many individuals that were hidden and kept secret and not been held accountable. Let's talk about the reverse. I believe in accountability. So you have to now go through your process. Now, I won't say they're guilty until they go through their time in court. But again, now it's time for accountability. We have seen for so many years, Pierce, in this country, many investigations, subpoenas, testimonies in Congress, et cetera, et cetera. But there's a general frustration with accountability. We take it halfway, we don't take it home. And I really believe that now with Cash and Pam, there will be accountability.
And we know that only one person so far has actually gone to prison over that whole scandal. It was Ghislaine Maxwell, the former lover of Jeffrey Epstein. No man so far has actually been put in prison as a result of what happened. Do you think by releasing information from these files, we are likely to see criminal actions being taken?
Absolutely.
Really?
I think it would be negligent for us not to. You have to hold individuals who are indeed rapists accountable. We have to have them tried, in my opinion. And I do believe in that. You know, nobody should be just dismissed. You have to have your time in court and your case will be heard. But to hide lists, to protect political friends, all of that, we don't have time for that.
What's amazing about this photo is that we know personally all of these people. They've worked with us. They've been allies of our program. You've seen them regularly on our show, doing live interviews, and promising that they are going to rid the nation of the deep state's secrets, right? And so we're going to hold them to it, right? And it's like, this is important, and we trust them. The issues, of course, has always been the institutional corrupted powers that be. I mean, this thing goes deep. You're talking state-to-state level, intelligence, operations that have ensnared some of the most powerful people in the world and some of the most despicable acts on earth. And is it all on camera? Yeah, of course. And so you got, man, I mean, you just got to trust it, right? You just got to trust the process here. The first phase of the Epstein files released soon, today, ladies and gentlemen. The White House is already moving on this, and Alina Habba says people are going to jail. Ladies and gentlemen, we trust Alina Habba, Cash Patel, and Pam Bondi. We also trust you.
The thing that I'm wondering is how long has stuff like this been happening in our government? Has it been happening 10, 20, 30, 50 years, 100 years? This type of degenerate behavior is almost pushed in these elite circles. There are so many stories of things just like this happening. Even in Hollywood, you have people speaking out like Mel Gibson, Justin Bieber, Ricky Gervais. People that actively say, listen, there are Hollywood parties and they want you to go there. There's cameras in every single room and they want you to do compromising things. That way they have power over you for the rest of your life. But the freaky thing is, it's not just celebrities. It's politicians, it's athletes, it's newscasters. It's some of the most prominent people in society today are manipulated and compromised. They can't think for themselves because if they do, they will be exposed for what they are. I want you to think for a moment. Do you think if Donald Trump was on Epstein's island that it would have somehow been leaked? I know for a dang certainty, if Donald Trump was at that island, he would be the only name that was leaked. But the fact of the matter is, he was introduced to Jeffrey Epstein. He understood that this man was a creep and he banned him from his club. That's how you know Trump is not one of these people. So in order to regain public trust in our government, I think there needs to be full transparency. Everything should be leaked to the public. You could hide out and blur out the victims' names because they don't deserve this. They were just victims when what happens. But everything else should be there for the public to see. And I'm telling you right now, I feel like a lot of people are going to be shaken to the core after they see some of the names that are there on that list. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this down below. Who are some people that you think are definitely on that list? Let me know down below. I'd be very curious to see what you guys think. And if you enjoyed, make sure to smash a like, comment, subscribe, and wish you guys nothing but the best. Till next time.